Hello and welcome to Jo-ttack on Titan. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And, this is the deal. This is Attack on Titan rewatch podcast, except Sam's watching for the first time. We watched the episodes, season 4, episodes 5 through 8.
Oh boy.
Also known as episodes 64 through 67. And damn.
The Attack on Titan sure attacked.
The Attack Titan sure did attack.
Yeah.
Sad. I was hit with some real sadness revisiting this.
The gang kills a bunch of people, a bunch of civilians.
Yeah. This arc is awesome though.
It's crazy.
The
only thing was distracting was the CG, but
yeah, it's really funny. I didn't remember there being so much human
CG is very gross in this,
and it's really like Beast. Beast just looks so bad. I don't
Beast
know.
looks very bad.
They should have just been because you can tell with Reiner at the end of the fight, when Reiner does his final stand, that's all hand drawn.
Yeah,
because it's a unique model. They should have just done that with Zeke. They should have just bit the bullet.
He didn't even do much. He
I know,
came in,
the
threw
thing.
rocks once, and then got KO'd.
Yeah, but yeah, ultimately, this one's going to be way easier to talk about than the last one, because it's just kind of all the dominoes are set up, and now they just get knocked down.
Yeah, everything going to Aaron's Keikaku.
So, yeah, where we left off, it's really funny, because I literally thought we skipped an episode.
It felt like that.
Because, it just begins, and Aaron and Reiner are in the same room, and Falco's like, hey, Reiner, look, it's your friend.
Take a seat right over there.
Yeah. Aaron is literal insanity mode. He's been broken by the world. This is such a great conversation. It's it reflects everything that Reiner ever did to Aaron back to him. But
basically saying all of this is your fault.
Basically, he's basically
the fault
saying
of
that.
You and your country.
But ultimately, what is interesting is Aaron doesn't have any animosity towards him anymore. He says he relates to Reiner more than he ever did.
Because at one point when Reiner says, well, are you still gonna? He still remember him saying I'm gonna kill you the worst way imaginable. Oh, I barely remember saying that.
Yeah, that's which is hilarious, because that was the big moment in season 2 when it was oh, Aaron has a blood vendetta against these guys now. But no, yeah, he's just Aaron has seen some greater purpose and realizes that he must act now to basically. We don't really know. We don't really know what Aaron's plan is right now.
As we learn, he's not working with the scouts. He's kind of
He basically set everything up.
Yes.
So that Zeke also was orchestrating things too, because
of course he did.
If you saw there's a part where Levi's looking at a stopwatch. So clearly he must have been coordinating with Zeke for the moment where he could take Zeke out. Because remember how quickly So Zeke is also orchestrating things
with Levi for some reason.
Yeah, and presumably,
they get Aaron maybe.
But it's it's just kind of crazy how this comes out of nowhere, because obviously a lot happened in the 4 years between the 2 seasons.
That's going to be the next arc that looks judging by the preview for the next episode.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we have a couple new characters who are not really explained. So we have Yelena and Onyokopan.
Yes.
Who it's really funny because
the gang gets a black guy.
Yeah, there's now a black guy. There's gonna be a funny line later about it, but
there's a character I thought was Armin, but it turned out to be a different character.
So that's Yelena, and it's very funny because I thought the same thing too, and I think everyone does. I think it's an intentional misdirect.
I was damn, Armin got really fucking tall.
I know. And
I'm good for him.
And it's also funny too because everyone we've seen has grown a beard since, so it's funny that he has a beard too. But no, this is a new character named Yelena.
Yeah, she was wearing a very bad fake beard that's not her same hair color.
Yeah, but so yeah, we have all these things just fucking happening. Really, what's the big kind of it's interesting because I remember the whole scene with Willie Tiber. So he goes out and gives his epic speech.
Willie's giving the speech while Aaron's just basically with Reiner, just discussing everything, but also listening to all the truth coming out. Or it still could just be, it could be the truth, but it could not be the truth as well.
Yeah, that's the funny part. It's just
you can't trust anybody with all.
It's maybe he's actually waiting. Maybe he's really listening. Maybe he cares. It seems he doesn't care.
Yeah, but because the whole thing of oh yeah, King Zeke. King Zeke. King Ritz.
King Fritz, yes.
They said, he's the one that saved us and everything. And like, whenever we would meet the fake sword, so whenever he attacked, it was like comeuppance for everything he did.
Yeah.
And then he turns it around and everything to put everybody to go against him anyway, because he's like, oh, they just did a revolution recently and now they're coming for us, so we gotta strike them because now they're not how they used to be.
Yeah, it's really funny because like what Willie says here is like he basically unveils like the secret knowledge of his family, which is like all the memories passed down from the different not armored, what is it, Warhammer Titan users.
Yes,
and it's like. It's funny how like freely he's giving this. Later on in the next episode we learn he basically knew he was going to die here. He had like no hope. This was like a thing he needed to do. It's like the sort of terrible purpose that he had.
Yeah.
And I always think it's funny because at first you're listening to the thing and it's like, well, yeah, it's great. Like everything's fine. And then he goes into the thing like, oh no, Eren is like a horrible extremist who's going to literally murder us all. Like it would be fine. Like if it wasn't for Eren, we could just let well enough alone.
Or like we're literally, he's made a speech the perfectly timed Eren to come out. Because the military, the police do find him, but like he's transformed. The fact, the first thing he's like, when he's rider, his hand's like cut, so like okay, he can transform literally any time now. Also,
the part when he regrows his foot is really cool. But yeah, and then eventually he does. He just fucking
go there, eats
immediately. Like the way he grabs Willie and like throws him into his mouth, his mangled corpse.
He smacks him upwards, so he's just like a mangled mess, and then eats
so
him.
Good.
Just in case he was which I pretty much like figured like he's too obvious.
Yeah.
I don't think but I wasn't expecting the maid the maid with his sister, but she was like pretending to be a maid. She went a whole Nijimura in part 8.
Yeah, like,
literally being the fake maid to actually being like
Lara Tiber. So
a little nothing character who exists to get eaten.
Pretty much. The Warhammer Titan is based though.
I love Eren punching her in mid transformation. That's great. I love when you interrupt the morphing sequence.
It's so cool too because like it almost makes sense because later on we learn like that she's actually under the stage. Like she's in like a secure location.
She's like a puppet user where she makes a crystal base with Annie, like Annie's under, and then just controls it from a line, like an umbilical cord essentially.
Yeah, and because of that, like Eren learns this, like the way that the Titan formed from the feet first, and that also explains like why he was able to get the hit in because it took her so long to form the head. Yeah, so it's honestly like so smart. I think that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, and the fact that she can make like, not really a warhammer, it looks like a fucking mallet, like a comical like.
It does look like a giant mallet. I love how long it is.
She makes a crossbow and what appears to be a whip according to the infographic.
Well, I think that was actually just. I think it said she can do a whip. I think that was all just like the tether that
it's kind of still a whip.
Sure, I guess so. It's same idea. But there's also a really cool sword. She makes a sword that she uses for like 2 seconds when she's fighting Eren.
Her design is rad. It's just like the white armor, like over like the. I'm trying to remember. It looks like something I can't remember, like pinpoint exactly. Like
it kind of. I feel like
it looks like a stand.
It kind of does. I feel like it kind of looks like an executioner mask,
kind of
in a way. I feel like there is a stand that's similar to that. My mind is failing me.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it's Mikasa coming to save the day.
Kind of D4C without the ears.
Kinda.
Like the same kind of color scheme with the white and pink.
Mm-hmm. But then, yeah, so and our favorite girl, Mikasa, comes to save the day.
Yeah, Mikasa shows up with a new haircut that looks bad.
I really don't like Mikasa's redesign.
It looks very bad.
I want to address this now also. I didn't mention it last time because we already talked about so much, but a lot of this I can't source exactly. I know I've watched a lot of videos about it, but when like Studio Wit did Attack on Titan, the people who like the guy who was the character designer was like very, very passionate about it. Whereas when Mappa made it, they like designated someone to do it. It wasn't like someone stepped forward and did it.
Are these designs like different from like what the manga has?
They're actually closer to the manga.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I think it shows that like the manga art is just not as good. I think like the adaptation they did in the first 3 seasons like just makes the characters look a lot better.
Yeah.
They look like Mikasa is very cute.
Yeah.
And in this she's like taller, which is funny because like generally girls when they're like around Mikasa's age don't grow anymore. Like that's generally like when women and girls stop growing. But Mikasa is now like 6 foot tall or something. She feels fucking gigantic.
Yeah, and the hair does not work. She still has the Eren line, of course. And she's basically there just to be like the wingman for Eren to fight in this because not only because what's it called, Peak and Porco or like get literally Team Rocket trap hole like from Pokemon.
Yeah, Yelena leads them into the funny trap. But I love that they're saved by
the Panzer team.
The Panzer team, because like
Peak simps.
It's so funny. These characters exist for such a short amount of time, but they get so much character. Like, I love that because she hugs the one to like give the message, the other ones are immediately angry and jealous of it.
There's
because
pictures of her in their pill boxes.
Oh my god, that's like one of my favorite little details. They got like pinups of her Peak.
Great.
Inside. Oh, it's such a great little detail.
Yeah. So yeah, they're on their way, and they basically arrive there and like kind of because it kind of cuts with them coming in and then the other scouts coming in. We see Jean. Of course,
yeah,
Connie has hair.
Sasha looks pretty much the same. Everyone except now they've got these scary black uniforms.
Yeah, night uniforms, night missions.
Then they've got like they have like closer looking ODM gear to like what the Secret Police did at the end of season or in the first part of season 3.
Yeah, they combine like all the gear they have into like one giant thing.
It's neat. They've got like World War II guns, and that's also how they like handguns, and that's how they shoot their shot thingy. Yes,
and so yeah, that basically like we see Connie has some more hair. Yeah, Sasha has a sniper rifle, and then but also on the ground we have what's it called? Well, Reiner basically shielded Falco by just made a cage of fingers,
which is so cool. That imagery is really cool.
And the funny thing, like, oh, he should be able to heal, but unless he had the will to live, and then like, oh no, he was suicidal in that encounter with Eren. And
it's actually really it's cool too because when he's like in that little shell, his face looks like the armor face.
Yeah,
like he's got like the sort of plates, like the different
also looks like his face is like hollowed out. That he looks like he's gonna be he's like a skeleton at this point because he just like doesn't want to be alive.
And so as this is all happening, so as Eren is killing like all the civilians, killing children, which Mikasa brings up to him.
Yeah, so you can't go back from here, essentially.
Yeah, she's like, Eren, you killed civilians
like
and children.
Like I said, predicted last episode, the two jobber children jobbed and died.
They didn't even job; they were just like mercilessly executed.
I mean, like they were literally just like sacrificial pawns. That are very obvious.
The way they die though is horrible.
One gets crushed by a rock, and then the other one is literally stampeded to his head. They busts open.
It's horrible. Also, so Falco's able to save Gabby though.
There's one part with the creep. There was one weird drunk guy from like the last arc from in the festival.
Oh, he's like the fat guy with the beard.
And then his wife comes in to go get him, and I was literally like, "Here comes a rock," and then it literally happened.
It did happen. Very similar to season 1. I feel like a lot of these are like kind of referencing season 1 again of getting us to think about the tragedy, because this is basically that for these characters.
Because Gabby gets taken away a bunch with Colt, because Colt's basically with her, and then she runs off and grabs a gun and tries to head back into it. But the guards that that she was friends with both get shot by Sasha.
Yeah, everyone is like, Gabby, go, please, Gabby, leave.
Stop.
You don't need to keep fighting. Get to safety. It's way more important that you are safe than for you to fight. But Gabby is not.
Yeah, and then she watched Sasha just brutally snipe the guys.
And yeah, I think that's the first time we see Sasha actually, is when she snipes that dude right in the fucking face.
Yeah. So and then basically that's most of it. With jumping around before Falco and Gabby meet up, and because basically goes back to a lot of the fight because
it's very fight heavy, but it's really cool.
Yes, because Peak shows up with the pillbox and fucks up a couple of the scout troopers. Porco is jumping around still, but he gets beat up a lot. And there's a lot of cool shit
Zeke shows up too. That's kind of it's funny because
it's the high morale moment is when Zeke shows up.
Yeah, and it's funny because he also is totally not anywhere before. He wasn't shown in any of these other scenes.
He just shows up.
He must have been waiting in a secure location nearby.
Probably. But it kind of does some really cool shit, like Eren blocking there's it's kind of like a flower motif, especially with the Warhammer. She makes the whole spike come out of the ground and pierce him, but Eren can just jump out and transform again when he's pierced down.
Eren forms 3 attack titans in this scene. That is how fucking powerful he is.
He stops a quick attack when he basically just has the crystal once he just has it always on him, and he blocks a spike to the neck. If the problem is trying to eat her.
Yeah, the part that I love is when he actually finds the crystal and he rips the cord out and it just blood is just shooting out of the cord. And her facial expressions as like he keeps trying to break into it are so funny.
She can like kind of react a little bit and like control everything.
You see her eyes like flinch a lot.
So yeah, then we basically like see like a bunch of people just trying to fight each of like the cloth. Everybody's had anti-Titan weapons now, like.
Yeah, and it's working against Eren, but he's able to like keep jumping out of forming different bodies.
I love he uses the crystal as a shield at one point.
Yes, it's very cool. Galliard, like the Jaw Titan attacks, and that's when he sees like the nail marks in it. So I think at that moment, Eren's like, "Oh, I can use this guy to crack this open."
To use his teeth, because at one point, like even Ymir didn't have teeth like this. I'm like, this is what it doesn't make sense about Ymir getting the Titan power.
Mikasa has like one throwaway line.
Yeah, Mikasa literally just cuts his legs off at one point, and then just uses his teeth to crack open the shell and just consume the blood. It's so cool.
It's really awesome. I think before this...
I know before this a lot of stuff happened, like...
Armin. So Armin's...
finally shows up.
Very absent. And what he rides like a little dinghy into... So part of this is like... The army's mobilizing to attack Paradise Island.
They're surrounding...
That's what, like, they're giving the orders because, like, okay, we're being attacked. We need to make sure that we're retaliating immediately. And they predicted this. I'm sure Eren predicted this. So Armin goes to the port where all of the ships have been garrisoned.
Yeah, the Navy's coming in to help bombard, like, the Titans, essentially.
And he makes, like, the biggest fucking nuke we've seen ever in this show.
Yes.
It's, like... absolutely insane. I don't know if he's supposed to be like taller than Bertolt Colossal Titan here, but he looks like it.
And he does it like, in the water, so he maybe thought like, okay, maybe it won't be nearly as like impactful like onto the land. But nope, he just fucking kills so many people.
He kills so many civilians and children.
Unlike anybody else, though, he goes like he looked like actually like like traumatized by it and said this is what Bertolt saw. Like it must have been like this is horrifying. Even though he didn't nuke nearly as much when he transformed. Yeah,
Bertolt decidedly did like no nuke at all when he first transformed. Like the first 2 times we seen him transform. The only nuke
that he had casualties with was like when they were basically in season 3.
Yeah, when he attacked Hanji and Hanji got thrown into a well at the last possible second.
Thank God. So, there's a lot of like, each character. Yeah, we saw like Zeke get killed by Levi in like half a second.
Yeah, that part's
Everybody
really
falls
funny.
Conveniently around Gabby.
It's just like it's really intense. Like everything's happening. Peak just gets fucking destroyed by Jean. Like Jean and not Hanji.
Sasha, they snipes the gutter, and then he just literally blow up like the entirety of the pillboxes, and Peak just falls out, and they just have to carry Peak around because she's fucked up.
Yeah. And so then what the big scene here with Jean is he has a chance to shoot and kill Peak. Like
not Peak. It was one of the kids were there protecting her.
Yeah, he's going for Peak. Yeah. But then like he knows what's his face? Falco is right there and he like misses and he's not sure if it was him doing it. He's like, was I the reason that missed or was it because there was Titan steam shooting out? And like
probably a little bit of both.
Later, of course, he seemingly feels regret over not just murdering this child.
But
I mean, everyone else was murdering kids. Why not join? Why not fucking join?
But also the one kid that didn't kill Sasha though. It's the one kid that's like trying like the good kid out of everybody.
That's true. It's very possible that Gabby would have just been able to do her plan anyway.
I mean, she got one shot off with no problem, and it wasn't until Falco jumped on her that she missed the second shot.
That's true.
That was aimed for Jean.
So in a way, Jean actually saved his own life by not killing this child. Okay, good move, Jean. Otherwise, you potentially might have died.
Yes, it would have been even more upset.
That would have been really fucked up.
But yeah, then basically Eren just gets the Warhammer Titan, and finally he has the Jaw Titan in his hand, and then the kids are just yelling out.
Oh, I love this part. Yeah, they're like,
Ryder's like, shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna transform angrily to like save this asshole that I shouldn't save, and then
so he forms like an incomplete armor Titan.
It looks rad, but
it is so cool. It has like his face, which is fucking cool, and he of course doesn't.
He jobs out.
He jobs out, but he intended to. He meant to job.
Yeah, sure he did.
Because what he wanted to do was save Porco.
Yeah.
He selflessly saves Porco, the guy who's been the meanest to him.
He did it while jobbing out.
It's kind of, he just knows that it's inevitable, so he works it into his plan.
Yeah. Basically, I like how he always jobs. Where Eren's like, I allow myself to get caught. I allow myself to get kidnapped for my counter, so I can like enact this plan. So who's really like counting now?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But so at that moment though, it's interesting because Eren has a moment where he's like, I can't kill Reiner yet. Like,
yeah, I think I'm out of power essentially right now.
yeah, which I think is like, I think he's pulling his punch. I think he's just not capable of doing it. I think he was hoping that he would crush Reiner
Yeah,
in that one scene, because I don't think he is like mentally could do it. Because
yeah,
we see like at the very end, once he finds the news about Sasha, he's like fucked up. Like he's not okay. Like this is not part of his plan. He didn't want any of this to happen.
yeah. So basically, yeah, everybody just kind of fucks off. Like everybody heads to the escape blimp essentially, and
It's really interesting because the tone totally changes here. Like it was big action movie, and then it was like once they start retreating, it gets really calm, and it lures you into a false sense of security.
yeah, because Gabby's just running off in anger with a gun, with Falco chasing her, and then they kill the one scout, like hanging on
He's
to
like the last dude.
cover
yeah.
the rear. And yeah, they just ride him because apparently no one like paying attention or keeping an eye on him just in case he gets shot or anything.
No, because that's the thing. They're all like partying.
Yeah.
Because Flock. So Flock.
Oh, so yeah, Flock's here.
We see Flock again,
Flock's-
and he kind of like incites like a bit of like patriotism. He actually used the words in the new Eldian Empire.
Yeah. He's like an Aaron simp by the like also like he's like, oh yeah, Aaron's doing everything good. We have to be the devil here.
And which is funny because he was like really against Aaron at the end of last season. Remember he was like shitting all over him.
Yeah.
Shitting on Armin too. But he specifically says like Jean's like, we lost 6 men today, and he's like, fantastic, we only lost 6 men. The heroes will be remembered forever.
I'm like, in scout numbers, that's actually really good.
It is, but not for Armin. Armin's supposed to be like the pure...
like at one point where like what the Hanji said, like I don't know if the spirit of Erwin possessed you or anything. That was a crazy suicidal like mission you just did there, but it worked.
Yeah, and it almost did work until we have, as you said, like, because they're distracted because like Flock is like having like partying and celebrating, like, yeah, we only lost 6 people. This is like a win for us, win for the new Eldian Empire.
Yeah, it went from 6 to 8. So
yep.
Because Gabby gets on board, shoots Sasha in the fucking chest, and basically like. And then Falco jumps on her to stop the second shot on Jean.
Yeah, and then everyone just starts brutally beating up Gabby.
Good.
It's almost like they knew.
Fuck them kids.
It's almost like they knew that people were gonna hate Gabby. Like Gabby's gonna be the most hated character in the series.
They killed one of the most fan favorite characters in the show. Like right as he brought her back.
It's true.
It's kind of fucked. Like I said, this is another thing we said last episode where like they have these characters, they'll bring them back, or like they'll have an unsatisfying end. I was not satisfied. Like you just brought them back and just like die by child murder shot, and of course we're not gonna kill the kids right now.
I think that this is a big, bold move.
I'm just like...
It hurts.
I'm like, Connie's right there, though. Just kill Connie. Stop killing female characters off. Like, you need, like,
Sam,
female characters.
Connie has to kill Beast Titan. It's in his fucking Destiny runes.
It better. If there'd be no payoff to that, I'll get it.
But no, I this is a really, like, fucked moment. And I think it's, like, really powerful because Gabby is being built up to be, like...
the new Eren.
Yeah, basically the new Eren. And like I think it's pretty much said explicitly in this arc of like there's a cycle of violence. And because like Jean even kind of like the reason why he like doesn't want to kill the kid is that he doesn't want to perpetuate this cycle. And unfortunately, like Gabby, because she's so emboldened by the things that are happening to her, is just another part of just delivering more pain and violence.
Yes.
And it's so tragic.
Yeah, but the last thing she says is meat, and because they bring him to Eren and the crew, saying that this girl shot Sasha, and apparently they also have Zeke now. We didn't see that, but they have Zeke tied up as well. Yeah,
that's when. So Levi, like, it looked like he just killed him. Like he just slashed his neck really quick, and Gabby was convinced he was dead.
Yeah,
like Gabby says, like Zeke was killed. But then we learned, like, oh no, Zeke had a big brain plan the whole time.
Of course he did.
Apparently colluding with the Eldians, like, the new Eldian Empire.
They have him tied up. They have Eren tied up because Eren's like literal like he went off on his own. He went AWOL essentially and just like
he was sending them these messages, which were probably like because like Levi was furious when he saw Eren. He kicked him like really hard, and he said like you've always had the most kickable face or whatever. And so Eren must have been sending like instructions probably to them.
Or to Jean or something, because Jean was in the city at least.
Yeah, and what they were saying too, like Hanji has a line at the end where she says like, you put all of your trust into us, and now we have no trust in you.
Yeah,
anymore.
we lost all the trust in you.
Yeah, because like had all the brashness to make this big play. Because Aaron had no guarantee that they were going to come save him. Like when he was going after Willie, he would have been fucked probably because like between Porco Peak and everyone else, he probably would have been taken down.
Yeah.
But nope, he had his little bitch Mikasa come in.
For Simp. Because he almost like Simp protects him from Levi kicking him.
She does. So it's funny because at first you're like, okay, wait, does she like realize that Aaron is literally like a war criminal now? And
war criminal on both sides.
Has she gotten over this? And then you see she does want to protect him when Levi kicks him. It's like all the character just goes back, just step one, just every what is it like the first square? Go somehow, back to square one.
Live action movie Mikasa will somehow be a more interesting character.
It's true. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how Mikasa develops at the end of the series.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so they have the three prisoners. Aaron also is a prisoner, but like I don't know. They have the Warhammer, so I guess Aaron can now create matter with his hands.
Yeah, he has that power. He's consumed the War Titan. So okay, let's keep a tally. So Aaron now has Founding Titan,
Attack
Titan, and Warhammer Titan.
Yes, because
he's got to catch them all.
He's got to eat. He's gonna try to eat Armin, which is gonna suck if whenever he tries that.
That would suck.
Because Armin deserves the best.
Yeah, and it's that scene when Connie comes in and says that Sasha's dead. Sasha's died of her wounds. Mikasa and Armin like run in, and they're just like fucking weeping and crying, and it's like the worst thing ever.
Asks she had the last word. She needs to meet. And he just like laughs and just remembers like the moment they had before the Colossal Titan Part 2. Yeah,
and it's like. It's he's fucked. It's funny because like it feels like Aaron. Like this still feels like Aaron's character. It doesn't feel like he's definitely taken a dark turn.
Yes.
But this is like the kind of thing like how he reacted in season 2 where he just started like laughing maniacally at like how fucked everything was.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shit's fucked, man.
Shit is fucked. And Sasha is dead.
Fuck you.
It's fucking sucks.
Peak's still alive at least.
Peak is still alive.
Slowly healing, very slowly, because they literally had to do the throwaway line of like, oh, the carrier Titan's not nearly as tough as the armor Titan, which is why she's not healing as fast. That's why he could be able to survive with his head blown off.
I guess I mean, I like that the Titans are kind of balanced. It is funny, but I like that the Titans have kind of different balancing.
Sure.
It's like a video game.
Sure.
Like, some Titans are better than others. Some stats are different.
So, yeah, we'll see where that goes on, because clearly, like, they had some interaction with the outside world now before this, because they have a black eye on their ship.
Yes, and Yelena, so Peak remembered that she saw this character come back from one of the lost ships, or this character was
the first
one of the ships that was going to.
It was like one of the first ones.
Yeah. And
so yeah, like she could be from there. She could be from fucking upside down Russia, southern hemisphere Russia.
The name Yelena definitely. And she's also like tall with blonde hair. Makes you think of Russia, I guess, right? Yeah.
I guess so. the southern hemisphere Russia of this world.
But yeah, so I mean, this is one of those episodes where there's not too much to talk about.
Yeah, let's see. It's like where's Aaron going now? What happened to the world? We have Historia is the last character we have to see now that we haven't seen.
Yes, true. The last like major character.
Yeah, and and I don't know where we're gonna go from here. What are we gonna do with? Falco doesn't seem nearly as bad as Gabby. Gabby seems unhinged.
Falco is definitely like the most hopeful character, I think.
Yes.
Like Gabby is like totally.
Gabby's like Aaron, where Falco's like Armin, essentially.
Yeah. Like Armin and Reiner put together, like only the best parts of both of those two characters. None of the bad ones. But yeah, Gabby. I think that. What do you think of Gabby? How do you feel about Gabby as a character?
Fuck Gabby. Fuck them kids.
I really like Gabby.
She kills Sasha. Why would I want to like care for this character?
It's fucked because it is sad, but you have to think about, and like Aaron even says this, like they as children are drilled into thinking that they are like not human, like Eldians.
Yeah, that's the problem. They have that mindset of like they're not human, and they're gonna bring them back to the wall and see like normal people trying to live their lives essentially, as we've seen in the life in the wall. So, and just don't show them the underground.
There's one line there's a lot of little lines here that we're probably not going to mention because whatever, but one line that really stuck out to me and I think about is Gabby is like, saying how she wants to go to the island. This is before the murder happens. She's like, I want to go to the island and I want to kill all the fucking devils, the island devils, and prove that us good Eldians, like we're the good ones. Like I want to proudly wear my armband and show the world.
I want to kill all the bad Jews, but I want to show how good the good Jews are.
That's the thing with her. It's like she's so brainwashed that she's like accepted her position in life.
Be like Sam Jackson and Django, where like he's just gonna like basically put down all the other slaves just because he has this high position.
Gabby is a race traitor, unfortunately.
One of the many race traitors.
One of the many race traitors in this series.
Yes.
But I think that it's very, to me, that's so upsetting. That's such an upsetting thing with this character that she doesn't have the full picture. Like it's like she's almost got it, but she's in the wrong direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eren,
I think she's such a compelling character.
Eren kind of fucked that up by like basically killing all her friends.
Yeah, that wasn't the best choice, Eren. But I guess he literally didn't have a choice. That's kind of the other like theme
Eren's
of this.
also like going down like the villainous path right now because he's on his own side. Where like I don't even know who our main character is anymore.
Yes, that's a really good point. Like it's kind of
because like the
jumped around.
OP and ED make like Falco seem to be the new main character, and like we haven't anything with like the old group. Like Armin was like the closest thing to a second main, and Jean are the two other closest main characters on the good guy side.
Jean does actually get a lot of focus in this one, more so than like anyone else.
Because they even did hit Jean with like the leader like moral issue of do we throw these kids out of the blimp right now?
Yeah, because Flock is like ready to. He's like, let's just kill these fucking kids.
He just fucking shot Sasha.
It's fucked. They're all sad. They're grieving.
Yeah, that's why he closed the doors and wait for the guy to come up there and knock on the door to let him back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I guess really to say about that.
Yeah, it's just like
I don't know where to go from here.
So yeah, I think you saw like it looks like the next one's gonna be like a flashback,
which we kind of need.
Yeah, we there's so much that we need like touched up on, but yeah, I mean, we got a lot of shit. There's a lot of
Eren only ate one Titan.
I know, isn't it kind of crazy? It feels like so much more actually like happens than actually does. I mean, a lot of people get fucked up, but
yeah,
it feels like Eren could have like sweeped.
At least ate the jaw. I was like, when he had the jaw, like, oh, this is how he's gonna get Chris. He's gonna eat the jaw Titan, gain the jaw power, and then bite her and get them both. But he didn't, surprisingly.
No.
Oh, this is how he's gonna get Annie out finally.
Just like a Jolly Rancher, like
pretty much.
A crusher in the side of his mouth.
Pretty much, man.
But then he would crush her, and then Annie would get all bloody. We want Annie to be safe.
Like, fuck Annie, man. I'm gonna eat her. Consume the Annie.
We want Annie to be safe in one piece.
No. You're gonna get turned into a smoothie like the other one did.
Smoothie. I love that image of like the blood. It's like way too much blood gushing out.
I guess the blood works as well instead of just eating them whole or pieces.
Yeah, I guess as long as like the spinal fluid is in there.
I guess.
I have to say, recently was Thanksgiving. I know this episode's probably coming out in like January, but recently for us was Thanksgiving, and I did a new method with my turkey where I cut the spine out, and I made the stock out of the spine and all the juicy spinal fluids, and you know what? It was delicious. So I understand why, as a Titan user, you would want to go after the spinal fluids.
I'm sure. I guess Eren just knew that juicy like green spinal fluid.
Green.
It was a different color. It wasn't like red inside the in the show when he had the syringes. It was like green or it was a weird.
Oh yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, it's not like red. It is like kind of clearer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we figure that out, but yeah, overall, really crazy ass episodes. Hate the CG.
Yeah, the CG. Honestly, the Titans. It's very hit or miss. Like
the people were very badly like animated.
They just look so stiff.
I
like
know.
the models don't look terrible, but they're animated so stiffly that it just like it doesn't work. It's like the same effect of like getting like a PNG and just sliding it across the screen. Like you can't just have the static image. You need to animate the characters
well. They did
the
static CG model too. It is bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is such an incredible like little bit of episodes. Season 4 is like fucking crazy.
You can tell.
It's just like they're just pulling no punches. Like it's like they're fucking sprinting towards the ending. It's like they were like, all right, 4 years passed. We have like only so much time left for the ending.
I'm tired of writing this manga.
I'm tired of writing this fucking manga. I don't know. I'm so excited to keep watching and
same. I play to see where it goes, man. I don't know what to expect.
R.I.P. Sasha. R.I.P. to a
Fuck
real
you.
one.
Fuck you.
Gabby.
We
no.
never got the equivalent movie ship of Armin and Sasha.
That's true. Armin.
Yeah, remember Armin and Sasha have like.
Was it Sasha?
Yeah, like, whenever he gives her the food, she's like,
Oh my god, it was Armin and Sasha.
I'm gonna keep plugging this movie because I fucking like
stupid live action movie. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to say. I was really surprised that you couldn't see all like the Sasha death flags, because like there's that one part where Connie, after they get back on the ship, Connie like grabs Jean and Sasha, and he's like,
you know,
you guys are like.
There was a week on
special.
Twitter where Sasha was trending.
Yeah, I remember you seeing that, and like I thought, unfortunately, it was spoiled for you, but you were pretty.
Well,
you weren't ready for it.
I see, because like I think I had to think she could die, or it could have just been like a chapter ended with her being shot, but she either recovered or they give her like the Titan fluid or something.
It is interesting that is not even considered at all. Like they have Zeke, but they clearly don't want to do anything with that. Like they don't want to kill Zeke, because like presumably they could just. Well, they don't have like any fluid, I guess. They wouldn't be able to transfer.
I don't know how his power works with just turning people into Titans as it is.
That will be explained. I promise.
I better be.
We will see.
But yeah, just like I just. I don't know, man. There are definitely like her, like especially with Gabby. Like, okay, she's going to like shoot Sasha first, and
yeah,
either
she immediately has like a grudge on her because she kills the two guards.
Yeah. That's why I said it could have went either way. Or just like it could have been when the chapter releases, like it was either the chapter release, or I think it was the chapter release, not the anime episode. It was trending, but like
it was the anime, I think.
Yeah, I think it could have been like, just a cliffhanger like that of her getting shot, like.
But unfortunately, alas, it was her murder.
Yeah,
she was freaking murdered.
Child murder.
Again,
murder. Here we go again.
It's a cycle continues, Sam. The cycle continues.
Child murder.
It's just like when Eren and Baby Mikasa killed those child traffickers.
Yes.
Those child sex traffickers.
Sure. And now she killed a sniper.
Which, honestly, it is more justified. Well, actually, I would say they're probably both equally justified, because they're... Maybe not. Maybe Gabby's is not justified, because that's just revenge. What Gabby was doing was just revenge.
I mean, Eren had that premeditated murder ready to go as revenge for kidnapping the girl whose parents just also got murdered.
Yeah. Eren was just doing what he had to do. It's funny because before Gabby goes on her murder rampage and kills Sasha, there's a moment with her and Falco, and you were like, "Oh, she needs to get a trauma scarf right now."
Or she's screwed, and she didn't get a trauma scarf, so she went off.
But yeah, I love like the theme of like Eren killing everyone is causing another little Eren to spawn. A new Eren has spawned.
Pretty much.
And her name is frickin' Gabby.
Great.
I love
but we need
character.
Another fucking Eren.
It's just Eren 2, but better.
Eren, who she also doesn't know what sex is, so this guy is going to simp. It's the Armin equivalent is just going to be simping over her and like not get the hints.
We shall see.
Yeah.
All right, this one went a little longer than I thought. I thought we were going to do like
every episode.
I thought we were only going to do like 30 minutes of this. When I looked over, I was like, "Oh, that's going to be nothing." So I'm glad we passed 30 minutes.
All right, Jim. I guess we'll
plug up Sasha's wound. Plug up the whole.
Put the bandages on there to stop the.
And fail at it.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for listening. Again, you can like, comment, subscribe, and all that wonderful stuff. You can follow the podcast on Twitter or me and Jim separately. If you haven't already, I'm going to keep mentioning it every episode of the final season to watch the movie Monday episode of the live action Attack on Titan, or watch the movie itself. And then you also join the Discord as well, and that is all of the wounds, all the bandages that didn't work. And that's it, right? Anything else to say?
I think that's it. So R.I.P. to a big one, Sasha.
Rest in peace to Potato Girl.
R.I.P. to Potato. R.I.P. to Zofia and Udo also.
The job kids.
Job kids.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the fan favorite character. That also said fan. Fuck you, fan, for liking this character.
Hey, he wanted to kill her all the way back in season 2.
I know.
And he freaking held it in all this time.
And somehow Connie makes it through another set of episodes.
Connie's he's gonna be the ultimate survivor.
He's gonna be the last man standing.
He's gonna kill Eren. He's gonna eat Eren.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get the Attack Titan.
Oh my god.
Imagine a big bald Connie Titan.
A big old baby Titan. So, alright. I guess with that, we'll see you next time.
Yep. I've been Jim.
I'm Sam. Bye.
Bye. Bye.